Hi friends, and welcome back to Vlogmas. We are on day 19, which means we are officially in the home stretch. And I don't know if I speak for you guys, but I'm kind of at a point where I'm ready for it to be here, at least the weekend. You know, I'm rushing around at work and it might actually kill me. So I'm ready for the holidays to arrive. But what is a morning without starting off with the Bakery Bears Advent Calendar? As I've said a few times, this is kind of my time for myself in the morning before things go loopy and I don't get anything done for the day because I work for like 14 hours by the time it's time for me to go do literally anything else. So it's always nice to wake up a little bit early, and then I edit my Vlogmas, and then I sit down and do some knitting during Bakery Bears and some other Vlogmases and things like that. I'm at a point now where I think I mentioned that I'm finally working on projects for myself that I've wanted to get to all season. I don't know, I wanted to talk to you guys about how you feel about obligation knitting, and I don't necessarily, nobody asked for me to make them socks for Christmas. At the same time, would I have preferred not to? Sure. Like the holiday season, I just want to work on my Advent knits and sit back and work on things that relax me. Instead, when I'm making stuff for people for Christmas, I feel like I'm on a deadline, and I'm on enough deadlines at work that I kind of stress out about it. And I know that the people that I made socks for are going to love them. And overall, I did enjoy making them in the colorways. But do you guys feel obligated to knit stuff for people for Christmas because it's almost like they expect you to just because you do what you do? I don't know. Leave me some comments down below and let me know how you handle that type of thing. What I'm not obligated to do, and something that is really fun, is opening my yarn advent calendars. Today's purple from Ruby and Rose's yarn is gorgeous. Like I think I said yesterday, we're definitely heading into the purples, and this one is so saturated, so deep. It's very wintry, very much like a wintry deep purple with still some speckles of the pinks and the golds, which seems to be carried throughout the shawl and is very pretty. Then in almost complete contrast, my Disney Princess yarn advent calendar from Yarn Cafe Creations is this bright, deep red with some oranges, still some purples actually, maybe more of like a blue, but it reminds me of something very, very tropical, and of course it's sparkly. You know how I feel about that. So this one was really pretty too. Mowgli was my little buddy today, helping me open my Caterpillar cross stitch calendar, and I had no idea what to expect today because it's really run the gamut. But we got these I don't know what you'd call them, like wooden ornaments with holes in them so that you can embroider or cross stitch whatever you want on them, which is really cool. I am excited about those, trying to figure out what I want to design for it. Today's workout was the last workout in our Power Zone challenge, and I'm not gonna lie, I just wasn't feeling it. I was like, how much do I care about actually finishing this challenge? But I'm proud of myself because I did it. It was an hour-long ride, which just in tempo and endurance, and since my FTP dropped, it was super easy, which probably means I should actually test again. So that's on my list for some point over the holidays. Like I said in the last video about it, I tried a different strategy and it didn't work, and I think that's why it dropped. It should have probably at least stayed the same. Yeah, I'm glad that I did it though, because I just really was not in the mood, and I might take some time off over the holidays just to focus.
Scott said that since I gave him one of his Christmas presents early, that I would be able to get one of mine, and this is a little Lights Out plushie. Lights Out is one of my favorite podcasts by the folks that bring you the Mile Higher podcast and the Sesh podcast. They have a few, but I really like this one. Sometimes it's true crime, but it's mostly supernatural, like ghosts and stuff, and unsolved kind of weird type mystery stories. So I really enjoyed it, and they were doing these limited edition plushies, and I really wanted to support the podcast. So Scott got it for me for Christmas, and I think it's supposed to glow in the dark, or at least his lantern does. So he's really weird looking, and I love him. Come show everyone how you got groomed. Look how handsome. No more Muppet. Just a handsome little schnoodle guy. Yeah.
We'll be chilling and having a good time.
All right, day 19, beer 19. We're going to use my Funk Brewing Pipe Dream glass.
Mario.
Bowser.
Look at all the room we have back on our table for now.
Yeah, it's going to be covered in Legos in like an hour.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, that is when you're going to start putting stuff together.
After dinner. Oh, yeah. We're doing Nakey Nakey, a double IPA. With Citra, Azaca.
You're not going to like
it's one Citra out of 4 hops. It'll be okay.
Okay. I never know with you and the Citra.
It's mostly if it's Citra heavy or if it's a Citra IPA like that other one that we had was.
That was not my favorite.
No.
I didn't think it was as bad as you did.
I didn't think it was bad. I don't like that hop.
Yeah.
Don't like
It's got a weird kind of aftertaste.
Oh, I thought you made it funny.
Oh, no. I could if you want.
It's good, I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Balanced well with the hops. 19, day 19, some more Legos.
Look at these two morons.
This is Lego time, not dog time.
I think people want dog time more than Lego time, to be honest.
This is what they're here for. This is Mr. Produce.
Mr. Produce.
Mr. Produce. He's got an apple for the rocking horse. Who doesn't have a head.
So Scott is basically off for 16 days. He doesn't go back to work until the new year. So he actually gets time to enjoy his life. And he decided that he was going to start building the Legos. I wasn't sure which one he would start with, but he decided to start with this little elf scene, which I think is really cute. You got it as a VIP member if you ordered, I forget, X amount of dollars. And so since I got my dad that giant piano, Scott gets to enjoy some of that as well. And I don't know, this is really, really adorable. Scott also knows that I have had kind of a rough go of it at work lately with all of the projects squeezing in before the end of the year. So we decided that this week we were going to dedicate to Christmas movies, and we started off with my favorite, Muppet Christmas Carol. I always say every year that you can fight me if you don't think this is the best version, and that doesn't mean that there aren't other good versions out there, because there absolutely are. But for whatever reason, I've just always really liked the Muppet Christmas Carol, and I don't even really like the Muppets. I didn't grow up on the Muppets. I wasn't really like a huge fan, but Muppet Christmas Carol really got to me when it came out when I was like 9 years old or something. I don't remember, but I really just love this version, and it was the perfect way to kick off a week of Christmas movies. Once that was over, Scott wanted to wrap up playing The Last of Us 2. I think it's the second game in the series. I don't know. So I sat down with the creatures and watched some Love Actually while knitting on my Advent socks. Which brings us to the end of our night, and therefore it's time for our David's Tea Advent Calendar. Tonight's tea was this brown sugar bourbon situation, which wasn't bad. I've learned that these dark kind of caramelly teas are not my cup of tea. So lesson learned. And that's that for the day. Can't get too much done when you're trapped behind a computer, but it is what it is, and I'm looking forward to a couple days off. So with that, I will see you tomorrow. Have a great one. Bye.